Good morning, good morning. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday, guys. Let me pin myself here. Get the background music going. What's going on, everyone? Let me turn that down there. And bring that up. There we go. All right, we're on. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, but lots of chop here on gold this morning. Lots of chop pre-London and pretty much throughout all of Asia. Bit of a big range today on goldie and silver. We had some nice, we had some decent sell-offs yesterday on these markets. I didn't trade my XFAs for the rest of the day after we jumped on. As you guys know, yesterday we were looking for longs. Well, gold gave no long setups. We sold off. I didn't trade. Simple as that. And it ended up being a lovely squeeze lower. And we got some pretty interesting daily closures here on gold that we'll break down and have a look at as well. Stocks had an absolutely huge day yesterday. You guys on Zoom called Meta longs. You guys should be up like 15+% on Meta, which is absolutely huge. Meta had a huge push yesterday. Some amazing stock plays. So we'll look at everything this morning, guys. We'll look at NQ, we'll look at gold. We'll break down all these markets. Audio video good. Awesome. Thank you, Bruno. Welcome back, everyone. If any guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. Been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. Let me bring this over here. Howdy from Dallas. Hello. What's going on, everyone? Howdy from Dallas. What time is that? You guys where's everyone tuning in from? Where's everyone tuning in from, guys? Where's everyone here? We've got 300 people tuning in on YouTube. You guys on Zoom. Where are we all? Is it morning, evening? I imagine a lot of you guys probably afternoon-ish. Good morning, guys. Yep, ranging markets. Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll break it all down. We'll see what we get for the day. Perth, US, nice, cool. Louisiana, cool. Thailand, nice. Cyprus, Canada, cool. Houston, nice. People from all over. That's what we like to see. Not just from the sunny UK. Nice. Mallorca, Spain, cool. Houston, nice. Cool. Got people Australia, amazing. People tuning in from everywhere. Nice. Tuning in from Budapest. Nice, Banner, nice. Good to have you here as well. Pleasure to have you jumping on the first Zoom. Sunshine Coast, nice. I used to live on the Sunshine Coast as well. Cool. Let's have a look. See what we got in terms of news for the days for today. Let's just have a quick look here, guys. We have final US GDP. We have the US PC price index and US jobless claims data. We are already in Q2 now, so nobody cares about the Q4 GDP data as it's now ancient history. Excuse me. So it looks like the markets don't really care too much about previous Q4 GDP. We do have US PCE price index expected 2.8 versus 2.8 prior. What else do we have here? Initial claims are expected at 210,000 versus 202,000, while continuing claims are seen. The only data that come out today, but we'll be very wary. We just go first, so the markets will likely fade the reaction due to positive expectations around the lasting US-Iran peace deal. So that's still the main talks in these markets. We ended up seeing a pretty decent sell-off on gold yesterday. Personally, I didn't short gold yesterday. Like I said on the London stream, I was looking to buy gold if it gave some reversal signs. And the only trade I did take yesterday was actually on a combine. But we spoke about this Morningstar long play on gold here. I took this on just a combine trade, just playing it back up into VWAP. I didn't trade my XFAs again after this. You end up having this nice Morningstar. You had a pretty decent, about 250 tick push up here on gold, held VWAP, and then sold off lower. And like I say, I didn't take any of that short because I wasn't looking for shorts yesterday. I was more than happy to miss that move. However, coming onto the charts today, now that the markets have confirmed some downside, could we now look to get short? Yeah, today we can be much more reactive. The reason I was so bullish yesterday is because I was following this big push up. Took this nice trade here, you sold off, cool. We've had a big push up, we've sold off right back below. So now coming into the charts today, we can be much more neutral bias on gold. And we'll look at other markets as well, guys. Morning from South Africa. Good morning. Singapore, Melbourne, nice. Hong Kong. Nice, nice, nice. Out of all the top step traders, I found your strategy very simple and very perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just came to learn from you and learn your strategy. Awesome. That's what we like to hear. I appreciate you tuning in. Good to have you here. Let's have a look. That's what it is. You know, loads of different ways to trade. Everyone has their own different styles. No right or wrong answers. Try to find what works best for you. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys here. The way I trade gold with pure price action. So let's have a look here. Let's do some top-down analysis here on gold. Interesting thing about gold here is we had this very nice sort of kind of daily evening star pattern playing out here. We had that huge push up yesterday, right? Where are we? Right within, I think it was Asia, market open off the back of the Trump news. We had that huge squeeze higher, and then we ended up wicking all the way right back down below. Went from being up, 1,400 ticks from the open to straight back down, leaving a huge wick rejection, closing all the way back below 4,800 and all the way back below 4,750, which is a very, very, very strong wick rejection here on gold. That's a strong wick rejection. We also hit previous weekly highs. So look at this here on gold. You had that nice morning star play. You had a nice breakout last week, and this week you've already come up, hit previous weekly highs, and starting to find some resistance. Now, with that being said, gold is already below previous daily lows. There wasn't any trades, I believe, in Asia. I don't know if any of you guys did trade in Asia. I don't think there was too much shaping up in Asia, but you already have squeezed out previous day lows. So what we're trying to see here on gold now is, are we going to find some support at these previous daily lows and get a bit of a retracement, or are we just going to sell off and continue to some much lower moves on gold, maybe back down into 4,600, which if we do break lower, I think back down into these lows here at 4,600 would come in pretty fast. But with that being said, what we're trying to understand right now on gold is, are we going to hold this previous breakout level and come for another leg higher, or are we going to break it and see a next move down to these lows here? I think what I like here on gold is, in either situation, a bit of a bounce from this previous resistance. An initial bounce from here could be nice. Even if we just get a bit of a pullback on gold, back up into like 4780s, retest this resistance, even that as an intraday trader would actually give us a pretty decent move. So, bit of a short bias today on gold, but here for London, I'm happy to stay reactive, if not a little bit intraday bullish, off the fact that you've grabbed previous day lows and you're trying to break back higher. But yes, absolutely, we are in a range. So regardless of what we think and what are going to happen to two very different things, right now we're just ranging. But if I had to give a say on where I think gold could go for the day, I would anticipate a little bit of a retracement here. A little bit of a squeeze higher before potentially getting short or coming for a new leg higher. But either way, I think a retracement here makes the most sense. If we do just break this support, then fine. We'll react to that and just get short. But looking at these charts right now, to me, it looks like gold wants to have a bit of a squeeze higher. You can see you have this range being formed here again, exactly the same as what we spoke about on Monday, where we had this big range like this. There's a much bigger range. You came down, tagged lows, and then you came for the highs. But it's kind of pretty similar in here right now. You came down, tagged the lows. So could we be seeing just a little bit of a squeeze up into this resistance? I think it's possible. But let's see. Right now, we don't really want to think too much, to be honest. We've been ranging for this whole entire Asian session, and these are the times where, you think too much in here. You try and trade certain patterns when really you have to accept the markets are ranging. If gold's ranging and gold doesn't know where it wants to go, then it's not our job to try and predict that either. Now, it's not to say we can't trade. It just means to say we need to be a little bit patient in here. You said there were no long setups yesterday, but what about the 11 London time hourly morning star? Then again, the 11 one might be the one that I took. What I mean by is there's no like big long setups. Yeah, the 11 o'clock one, that's the one I took. Yeah, I took that morning star play. I took it on a combine. I took a combine play yesterday. We spoke about this in Discord as well. Called these morning stars in Discord. So yeah, I did take this yesterday, but it was just on a combine. After that, you know, what I was really expecting on gold is price to come up and retest these highs around 48.72. That's the real long I was anticipating here on gold. But that big move didn't quite come in. You just had a big sell-off. Again at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Where are we? This one isn't a morning star. If anything, this is an evening star here. You're kind of wicking highs holding resistance, also wicking lows holding support. So there's a morning star here definitely at 12 o'clock. But 1 o'clock there's no morning stars from here. If anything, it's like an evening star to have that big break lower. Gone a bit early on the 30-minute morning star. Where was the 30-minute morning star? This one? Yeah, this one's still nice. This one's still nice. This one's still nice. I was waiting for the hourly candle just to close to confirm. Because this hour closed bearish. So I'm not looking to short or buy this hour. I want to see how this hour is going to close. Then when this hour tags lows, holds support, cool. There's my longs. There's my longs. So if we can get something similar today, fantastic. Even if, like I say, it's just for a bit of a pullback trade. And let's have a look at some of these other markets here as well, guys. Silver also had a beautiful sell-off yesterday. So you look for a break of one of those levels and go from there. I just want to see some volume, to be honest. I want to see a decent candle closure above or below to then follow the markets. I don't really want to think too much in here. What our plan is, if we come down and tag the lows, you typically then buy up into the highs, which is why I'm anticipating the longs. But if I want to buy gold, yeah, it just, to us, I want to see a bit of a breakout here in these markets. Let's have a look. Silver again. Also, silver daily's not as clean as gold. You can see here on silver, you know, you hit lows on the 7th, held support. Then you also wicked highs here and held resistance. Let me get rid of this 72 level. Again, silver, you're already below these day lows, so I'm not really too sure where silver wants to go, to be honest today, guys. You know, it would have been great in Asia to short down into daily lows, but below these daily lows, I don't really know where silver wants to go from here. You're tagging lows, holding support, tagging highs, holding resistance. So again, it's just in a bit of a range here, which is a really, really tough area for silver to be stuck in. If we just bring these levels across, these are previous daily highs and lows. You can see we came up, we tagged the lows, we came straight back for the highs, which was a great buy, and now we've done the same thing. You know, even here again, we came up, we've hit the highs, and we've sold off. So silver actually did what gold didn't do yesterday, which was interesting. I was looking for gold to come up and tag the Asia highs before selling off. Well, silver did that perfectly. Came up, tagged the highs, broke back below, and had a great, great, great sell-off. With that being said, you know, yeah, again, I think silver needs some time because I really don't know where silver wants to go from here. And guess what? That's absolutely okay. To not know where these markets want to go when the markets are just ranging, that's why we just stay more reactive. Again, if I had to give a say on silver, same as gold, having that nice bounce off previous day lows makes me think we want to have a retracement. Where could we retrace to on silver? I think, you know, back up into this 74, 75 level, maybe come up and squeeze some highs before selling off or going higher, and maybe come back up and retest this breakout level from $75 as well. But right now, you can see we had this tag the highs, open, sold off, straight back bullish, and we kind of been stuck in this range since 3 o'clock London time. We've been stuck in this very, 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 very tight range. So don't overthink these markets too much just yet, guys. We got time. If the markets are ranging, the markets are ranging. What a range means is the markets don't know where they want to go yet. And if the markets don't know where they want to go yet, well, then it's not our job to try and predict or fight the markets. Yo, Aaron, what's up? What's up? Can't sleep, so here I am. I appreciate tuning in. You were also a good trader, as I noticed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How many years do you have on your belt? I've been trading for about 8 years. Futures for the past 4 years. Hello, Aaron. Yesterday, 12 o'clock, hourly breakout goal was not valid. Then possible re-entry. Yes, we went over that one. That's the one I took yesterday. Spoke about this Morning Star in Discord yesterday. Yes, that was the buy on gold yesterday. I took this trade, but just on a combine for this retracement. Yeah, this was valid. To buy after this candle, no, that was no longer valid. That was the trade there, in and out, job done. That was all I was looking to retrace. Was there buys after that? No, I wouldn't buy after this candle because it's tagging highs, tagging lows. It's just in a range, and also failed to close back above this resistance. But buying here at 12 o'clock, absolutely. I think he said there, you know, and then a possible re-enter after it took the lows and the nice rejection at 1 o'clock. I mean, that's true. You know, it did tag the lows and hold support, but you have to see the markets from neutral perspective. It also tagged the highs and held resistance. So we can't just see it tagging lows and going, oh, it's tagging lows and holding support, without ignoring the fact that it's also tagging highs and holding resistance. So for me to trade the next hourly candle, I'd want to see how it's going to close, because if anything, it looks like a bit of an evening star. So this was a great buy here, this Morning Star right at 4,800, because you're buying at support. But buying up here, no. To me, that's the kind of, the move's been and gone. You're buying at resistance, where I want to be buying at support. So I wouldn't buy at 2 o'clock, but buys yesterday at 12 o'clock, yes, that was a great trade. I took that trade on a combine. But after that, no, I wouldn't buy after that. This price action will put him to sleep. Yes, true. Looks like we're creating a huge wedge pattern in the hours. Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, it's just ranging. You know, don't try and think too much about patterns in a range. You just say to yourself, you know what, here's the range. Just don't overthink it. If you try and identify patterns in a range, you can get manipulated and wiped out in these markets pretty quick. Same as silver, you know, I don't really want to think too much. Although I like the longs, all I'm really going to say to myself here on silver, which I think will be nice, if we close back above, let's say, this resistance around 74,100, fantastic. I'll take longs up into these highs, which could give us a very decent range. But anything in between here, I don't really want to think too much. So we'll have a look at NQ as well, guys. Is that a bull flag that turns into a double top? How would I know not to enter a call, not to get stopped out? I mean, I don't trade bull flags, but I'm not really too sure what you mean. If it's a double top, I'm trying to long up into the double top. If I see a double top, I'm trying to buy up into it. Same as the big trade on, when was it? On Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're buying up into the double top. So it came down, tagged the lows, pushed up. We're trying to do a pretty similar situation here. Now let's have a look at NQ as well, guys, because NQ had a phenomenal push yesterday. Stocks were up beautifully. I don't know if any of you guys bought some stocks at the great prices, but stocks had a amazing run yesterday. We closed back above some huge levels. Back above 25,000, back above 24,500, and same targets as yesterday. I like NQ to come back up and retest 25,500. That was a huge breakout in NQ yesterday. You know, we broke out 3.7% bullish candle. Stocks were up beautifully yesterday, absolutely beautifully. I shared my Meta plays and Meta profits on the story as well. Meta is up very well. And I believe we'll see NQ also squeeze higher. I would be looking to buy NQ up into previous daily highs. I think that's a nice target. Then potentially back up into 25,500. Now, that being said, could you maybe squeeze the lows first? Possible. Similar to gold yesterday, do I want to be shorting NQ or do I want to be continuing to buy? Personally, I would look to continue buying NQ. With how bullish you have been, if you do come down and squeeze some lows, fantastic. I would miss the short, but I'd wait for my continuation long, because to be honest, I think that's going to be the much nicer play. But even here for London, I mean, we got time. We got London open in about 10 minutes here as well. But you guys can see here, NQ ranging, gold ranging, we're just stuck in these areas. So if we break this support call, maybe there's a pullback into these lows here. But ideally, I would rather be buying NQ. Ideally. So again, in this range, I don't want to think too much. Don't want to think too much. We'll see what happens and let the markets come to us. Your gold squeezing low here. Do you keep track of DXY when doing gold trades? No, never. I never look at the US dollar. I used to use it for more so swing trading, but for in-trade trades, no. Gold. Everything I need to see or think about on gold is on this chart right in front of me. I don't look at any other charts when I'm trading gold. Just gold. That's all I need. The more you look at try and correlate gold to other instruments, the more you talk yourself out of the trade, the more you miss just clean opportunities. From a day trading perspective, the DXY could go up, gold could also go up, vice versa. So no, I personally don't use it. I honestly don't look at the DXY at all anymore. I used to a lot in my swing trading days, more so when I was trading currencies. But now I honestly don't use it at all. Yeah, the light's a little bit annoying. I never look at it, yeah. I never look at it. Currently to buy on crude. Nice, let's have a look. We got silver coming down for a bit of a pullback. We got London open in 7 minutes as well here, guys. You got crude, silver trying to squeeze lower. Hourly on gold. Kind of trying to squeeze lower, not really doing too much. Let's have a look. Where are you? Where's your long from? Where's your long from crude? Wow, look at that huge sell-off off the back of that Trump news. How much are we down there? How much are we down? 22%. 22% drop on crude. That was absolutely huge sell-off. Again, how did we close yesterday? Very bearish. So, I mean, buying looks pretty risky. Again, I'm not going to say don't buy or don't sell, of course, but to me, again, I'd probably want to be, I want to be short in crude, probably back down into the lows around 84s. At least, you know, yesterday's low looks like a nice target. Crude does follow similar principles to gold, where it loves to come up and tag lows and then push higher and tag highs and then sell off. So yesterday's lows would be of interest. But again, if you're reacting to the fact that price is pulling back first, that's also fine. I would just be managing risk much more aggressively. Again, though, it's kind of been in this range since pretty much the markets have opened. You've got big resistance here at 98, and then you have support down here. So, I mean, if you're long off the support, fantastic. Just play in the range. I'd be careful of getting squeezed in here. Gold squeezing, yeah. Gold's just ranging. Gold's ranging. Don't think too much here on Goldie. Don't overthink gold. It's just ranging. We're just ranging. But depending on where you're long from, well, it's a nice bit of a morning star here. I would just be, if I was long crude against this huge 22% sell-off, I would just be open to managing risk more aggressively. That's all. That's all. What's your take on NQ shorting 40 to 50 points to Asia lows? I think it's. I think it could make sense. Let me see. Obviously, you know, we are in this chop that yesterday did close very bullish. But could you come down and squeeze some lows first? Yeah, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Again, though, with that being said, we can't ignore, we do have some nice support here being formed around 25,020. And to be honest, it looks like a little bit of a, not the cleanest, but it's almost like a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders to maybe you squeeze higher before selling off. And again, it's not a market I don't really want to think too much. I would say if you can break VWAP and break support at 25,020, then yes, I would be open to reacting to shorting down into here for like a 40-point retracement. But again, keyword in these ranges is reacting. If we break this support, then we can do this. But if we hold this support, then we don't really want to overthink it. But yeah, coming down to them Asia lows wouldn't be too surprising. I would just keep in the back of your mind that if you do short NQ and it keeps pushing higher, you have to ask yourself, is that something that's going to send me on tilt? When a market's very bullish and you short it and it continues pushing up, are you going to get frustrated with that? Whereas if the markets are pushing up and you buy it But that doesn't work. At least you go, oh, well, at least I was following the markets. I was following the higher time frame. I'm more happy to take a loss following the markets than fighting them. We got London Open coming up in 3 minutes here as well, guys. London Open in 3 minutes. See what Goldie can give us. See if we're going to get some pullback longs. We have silver. Where's silver at? Also tagging some previous hourly lows, kind of holding VWAP support. Again, you're very, 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 very indecisive here. Very indecisive. But one candle can change anything, guys. One candle can change anything. Let's see. What do we have overnight? What was this? 3 hours ago. 8 hours ago. Did you guys take any trades in Asia? I don't think there was too much in Asia. Or was there on gold? Where's gold in Asia today? Where did we open? We opened and... Where did we open? Here. Open, sold off. Tagged lows, closed bullish, tagged highs, bearish. I don't imagine there was too much. Any guys take any Asia trades today? Trump meets with NATO leader. When was that? 8 hours ago. Tiny long off support. No, 2 ranging. Yep, nice. Good job. If you didn't trade Asia, that's good. That's good. Honestly, if you didn't see anything in Asia and you didn't trade, fantastic. Well done. Tiny long off support of 47.20. Down here. Nice. I can see anything with buying gold that low is, yeah, you are buying against a huge sell-off yesterday. It's my only thing. You'd be buying against gold being down, you know, almost 1,700 ticks, which is pretty huge. But I guess it would be only real trade you'd see because you are, although it's kind of risky, you are still at some support. So you're just looking for, kind of like we're looking for today, you're looking for just an initial bounce. But yeah, I don't think there was anything missed in Asia. Got out slightly green. Yep, nice. Good job. Good job, man. As long as you protected the capital, mental, and dollar capital. Good job. Aaron, do you feel there is any value in the hourly, what just swiped the lows of the last 3 hours? Or not significant because it wasn't the lowest low? No, this is, if you mean like this grab of these lows, so yeah, that's still definitely of interest. Definitely of interest, but again, we kind of also have tagged the highs. This is why I'm trying to be super neutral here. You're tagging highs and also tagging lows, so it's unfortunate. It's one we don't really want to think too much. But is this wick of the lows of interest? Definitely. I'm not really too worried about these lows here because this was the liquidity grab of the previous daily lows, so that could be enough that we could potentially push. We have London Open here as well, guys. So hourly on gold has just closed right back in the same place that we have opened, unfortunately. Very, 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 very messy price action here on gold. Like I say, I do like the longs. If I get a reason to buy, cool. But if I do trade here, guys, I will be open to managing risk very, very quickly. See, still, again, this is a chart that looks nicer. Silver looks nicer. Why? Because we just hit previous hourly lows. And you got 1, 2, 3 hourly equal highs. I don't want to trade the range too much, but if I had to give a say, I do think silver longs are actually looking nicer here, guys. Silver's looking nicer. Because silver grabbed the lows without grabbing any of the highs. Whereas gold hasn't. Gold's already kind of grabbed highs and grabbed lows. Whereas silver longs could be more of interest. But look at this price action here, guys. Super, super, super choppy. But let's keep an eye on silver. I do think silver could be nicer. Dakota was looking for longs in his session, but was the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, nice. Where was that? Was that back around here? Maybe around here, I guess. Did he get any longs? There's a bit of a retracement. Probably just got stuck in a bit of a range. Dakota was long from near previous daily lows, like from down here. Nice. What's that, Sean? Let's have a look, man. Gold on the hourly. Yep. Kind of wants to reject from the highs. Yeah, nice. Good man. Good close. Good close. Let's see here, guys. Oh, wow. Look at that. Silver's waking up here. Silver is waking up. Good morning, silver. Let's see if we're going to get some longs on silver. Remember, I like longs on silver all the way back up into like around 75s. Decent bounce off previous hourly lows there. Much nicer than gold, to be honest. Silver is waking up. Not sure how he finished, but was having a struggle. Yeah, it's like I say, I love trading gold. But for any guys who are new to trading gold when it's ranging on the lower time frame is a mental roller coaster. The best thing you can sometimes do and just go, you know what, we're ranging, hands off, let me wait for an hourly breakout. You get that hourly breakout, then you follow the markets. Look at this on silver. If we get a breakout and a closure here, guys, quick pullback and I'll see if we can get long. You just had a nice bounce below them previous hourly lows and you have some nice upside liquidity targets. Remember, oh, don't just squeeze the highs of silver. Give us an entry, please. Give us an entry, silver. Gold not really doing too much. Silver's looking better here, guys. Silver's looking like a much nicer market. Silver's looking much nicer. That 30 minute wasn't bad on silver. Let's see. Yeah, that's nice. That was nice. Tag the lows, close bullish, hit previous hourly lows, got a lot of hourly equal highs. Yeah, I agree. If we were quick on the boom, buying just the open of this hour, if we were quick, hindsight, wonderful thing, it would have been nice. But we haven't, so let's see if we can close above and quick pullback and then see if we can play this range. Because even from, you know, here to here on silver, it's still a worthwhile range. So let's see if we can, as long as we don't just rip these highs, quick pullback and I'll see if we can buy silver instead of gold. Goldie's fast asleep, so we'll let gold have a bit of a line today and see what gold maybe gets closer to New York. But I honestly don't want to trade gold in this range. I don't want to overthink it in here, guys. Yeah, 100% Barney. Yeah, they absolutely can be. Silver does move very big, guys. So, like I said, if you've had a great run on gold, you know, don't just start trading silver because gold's not doing anything. Because you could, like I said yesterday, you know, one loss on silver could wipe out like a good couple of gold wins. Silver is a much riskier instrument to trade. So, keep it on a separate account or accept the risk or just wait. Or just wait. If I take a silver trade, guys, don't just take it for the sake of it. If you don't normally trade silver, just sit on the hands. Sit on the hands. Do you trade London Orb normally? No, I don't, man. I don't really trade open and range breakouts on gold because I feel like it just gets too manipulated on both sides. I just prefer my I like to trade ranges on gold, but I trade ranges in a completely different perspective. From the sense of if we tag the lows, cool, I'll buy up into the highs. Exactly the same as the trade that I took on fast markets on Tuesday. I was selling it into the lows of the range for this liquidity grab before then coming right back for the highs. So I don't really trade opening ranges on gold. I'm not really sure what the stats are for London either, but it would be interesting to see. On the current gold range, how do we ensure we don't get faked out on the breakout? Example, do we wait for a 30-minute closure, then for a wick? I mean, only way we can try not to get faked out is just making sure we have a decent closure above. That's why on gold, like, you could try and take a 30-minute breakout, but you could get wicked out and manipulate a lot because you can see how many fake outs happen here. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. So the best thing to, if you really want to wait for a trade on gold, is just an hourly breakout. An hourly breakout, and then you have a higher probability trade. But if you try and trade the 30-minute in range, yeah, you can get caught up so many fake outs. Look, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Again, look at these ranges. Again, this is the reason I wasn't trading the 30-minute yesterday. I was trading the hourly. Because the 30-minute, if it's in an hourly range, can chop you up all day long. So your best thing to do is just wait for an hourly breakout. But the way to not get faked out is to have a higher time frame direction as well. Because if I have a higher time frame direction, then I'm actually looking for fake outs as trading opportunities. Like if I'm looking for long and we get a closure below, I'm looking for fake out buys. So my higher time frame bias does paint that picture, which on gold right now is not the easiest. Silver coming back down here, guys. If we can come for a little bit of a wick lower to get a good risk reward, I'll see if we can buy this up here. Let me see. Is NQ awake? If you guys who are trading NQ. Oh, nice. NQ looks like it's about to get back below soon. You guys who are looking for the NQ shorts, if you break below these previous hourly lows, you could get short down into this into these Asia lows here. Personally, I'm going to focus on gold and silver. Let's see. The only reason I'm not buying this is because I'm not a huge fan of the risk to reward here. Doesn't really make too much sense yet. Now you're getting that squeeze higher. Yeah, I agree, Bonner. I agree. I used to look at that a lot as well. Could definitely help the overall plan for sure. Goldie may squeeze here, guys. Markets are waking up. Markets are waking up here. But the good thing about trading like open range breakouts is you can look at a lot of statistics behind it and you can remove a lot of guesswork, which I do like, to be honest. But I've never looked at the stats for London because I would assume most of the time for London Open you can be in pretty aggressive ranges. So trying to take breakout trades on gold in London can be pretty tough. I think you're better off just playing the range, to be honest. Nice squeeze here on silver, guys. You got a bit of a trend line coming down. If you reject from here, more people try sell. Cool. If we can pull back and liquidate some lows, I'll see if we can. I'll see if we can buy here. Gold also have a nice squeeze. Where did we come to here on gold? We came down, tagged the lows, and now you're starting to break back above. I wasn't expecting this big of a move within the first, 5-10 minutes of the open, but we are starting to see some early signs of volume. Remember, if we do get a breakout here on gold, we are looking for a much deeper retracement. Gold has the potential to pull back up into these levels from yesterday around 47.90-ish. 47.90-ish. Silver major squeeze here, guys. Let's see. The markets are trying to make me chase here, but in these ranges I am a little bit skeptical. Let's have a look. Let's see. Remember, if you guys are on X as well, and you guys want to share some, you guys on YouTube, you want to share some charts, if you tag me on X, tag Topstep, I can see your guys' charts. If you hashtag London Open at Topstep TV at myself, just at the Aaron Trades, I can see your guys' charts as well. I'm trying to post more on X as well. I'm trying to post more updates. This is a trade from Fast Markets on Tuesday, and this is the longs that we took on Monday, I believe, as well. So if you guys want to share some trades, you want to look at some of your positions, feel free to tag me and send it over. Nice breakout there on gold. Silver, again, if silver can come back and grab some lows, I would like to get long. I just need to see a good risk reward to want to buy this high on silver in a range. In hindsight, it would have been lovely to buy from these lows, but I don't want to worry too much about this range. But now we're breaking out. Cool. Maybe even a 30-minute breakout here. Remove the FOMO though, guys. Don't think too much. Don't think too much. Maybe something like this on gold. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. What do we got here, Sian? Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. I like that too. That still gives you so much. That's the thing. That's why I'm not really getting any FOMO on gold right now, because we've still had no 30-minute breakout, no hourly breakout, and we still have so much room to the upside. Like, even if that trade plays out, that would give us, let's say if we, let's say in 80, I'd rather be in a trade before this, but let's say in 80 minutes we do close above here on the 30-minute, we get that nice breakout after grabbing lows. That's still a 400 tick range. Am I happy to wait for a higher time frame closure following the plan and then trade a 400 tick range? Absolutely. Because higher time frame candle closures not only give me direction, they also give me confidence. And that's our real plan here. Is if I was, let's say if this price action was happening right now when we weren't on stream here, I would, to be honest, be saying to myself, let me wait for this candle to close and trade at even 9 AM. I'm happy to trade before that, but yeah, that's ideally what we want to be looking for. So if we get that 30-minute closure, fantastic. But at any point, if you chase this high, Well, if you did that every time this morning, you would have got stopped out. So we don't want to think too much about how this current candle may close. Why? Because we haven't closed yet. This candle could easily still wick all the way right back down below, and you chase it, you get caught up in the range. It would be more likely to think that than think we're going to break out. So we could even just say, you know what? Here's the range. We close above in 17 minutes. Fantastic. We get easy buys, easy longs. We let the markets come to us. Same as silver. Well, silver was nicer because you tagged early lows and you hadn't grabbed any highs, but same thing. Exactly the same thing. And another reason why I am hesitant today, which we don't see very often, is the daily buy side. And again, this is the same as the similar trade that I'm looking for here on silver. What I'm trying to understand is, do we continue this move up and this is just a bit of a pullback and we come for this next leg higher? Or what I'm trying to understand, which I don't really know, is are we just going to actually continue for a new leg lower? That's what I don't really understand. I don't have much of a higher time frame bias, which is a little bit tough. The reason I don't is because you have these daily candles tagging lows, holding support, tagging highs, holding resistance. So it's like even the daily's in a bit of a range right now. You guys know our best trades are when we have a clear daily bias. For example, yesterday on silver, you know, you tag lows, hold support, you close bullish. I know it just ripped at the open, so it was pretty hard to do. But this is a great buying day. Same as here. You tag lows, you close bullish, cool. Easy bullish bias here. Even here. When you wick the highs, you hold resistance, cool. There's my daily bearish bias. But here, I don't know. You guys know my best trades are when we have that clear as day daily bias. They're the best days. When we don't have a daily bias, it doesn't mean we can't trade, but I am definitely more skeptical to rush things. That's for sure. 6A longs on the level of 703.80, TP at 702. Let's have a look. Australian dollar. I haven't looked at the Australian dollar in a while. Let's have a look. Let me just have a quick look at gold. Yeah, we got time here, guys. Don't FOMO in here. We got time. We let that candle close above. Cool, we can trade. At any minute, you close straight back into the range and you kick yourself. That's what Goldie loves to do. You know, even if gold does, let's just say here, let's get the artwork out here for a second. Even if, where are we? Even if gold is going to, let's get the drawings out. Let's say even if here, you know, look at this. Let's say gold is going to break out like this. Let's say gold's finally going to have that breakout. Is gold just going to open and rip? Of course not. That's not how gold moves. It's going to open, it's going to push down, and then it's going to give us an entry. So rather than FOMOing into this current candle, let's just say to ourselves, let's just wait for it to close above, and then let's follow the markets. Gold doesn't move as fast as we think. We have plenty of time here. So for me personally, guys, I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to let at least this 30 candle close, and then we'll see if we can make our decision. Let's wait for the breakout. Because like I say, if you tried to predict the breakout, if you tried to predict the breakout every single time today, you would have lost every trade. So let's not predict too much. Let's just let the markets break out and then see if we can take it. Australian dollar longs. Yeah, I again, this looks nice. Why does this look nice? Because you have a great bullish bias. You know, you had that huge breakout on the 7th. Great continuation yesterday. So you had a great bias, bullish bias yesterday, and even today. Yep, maybe up into previous daily highs. Let's have a look. So you are long from 703.80. 703.80. 703.80 up here. 703.80. I don't know if you're long or that's what you're maybe looking at. You're looking for long above 703.80, which is nice. You have a lot of highs back up here. You tried to break, but let's have a quick look at this hourly time frame. Hourly tag lows, close bullish. You do have, like, these are pretty strong wick rejections here. Big support, big support, big support. You broke it, you've held it, you push lower. So I would probably say if you want to buy the Australian dollar, I would probably wait for a bit of a break above 03.5. You got 03.8. Yeah, maybe wait for a closure above that. Maybe wait for a closure above. Otherwise, again, similar to gold, similar to silver, I wouldn't want to think too much in here. because this is where you could chop around and you could kick yourself. Especially with currencies. Currencies can take their time to move. I'm not a huge fan of scalping or day trading currencies. But if you do want to, I'd wait for a decent closure above. See, like that Goldie straight back down there, guys. Silver as well. Silver again. That's why we don't FOMO in. Silver also straight back down. Where's our analysis gone? Here, silver tagged the first level straight back down. Again, that's why we don't chase. We don't FOMO in. Why? Because we're in a range. You try and chase a range, you'll get squeezed out. Let's let the candles close above, and then let's follow the markets. Yesterday, gold was bullish, but as the day went on, it quickly turned bearish. At what point do you surrender to the changing conditions in the markets? That's a good question. The next day is super simple. The next day, you know, I'll let this day close bearish, and then I'll sell the next day. Same as, you know, where's a good evening start? There was a good example. I think, was it maybe silver we were just looking at? Where was the one we were just looking at? For example, you know, daily bias coming into these charts here. You tag lows, you close bullish. Cool. I'm buying this day because the previous day tagged lows and closed bullish. I'm buying this day. When I come onto the charts on this day, previous day, tag lows, closed bullish. This day continued pushing up. I'm buying this day. I'm buying this day here. As soon as this day tags highs and holds resistance, cool. Then I'll sell this day. So I will, my daily bias changes depending on how the daily candle actually closes. Same as here, you tag lows, you hold support, cool. I'm buying this day. And I'm buying this day all the way until this day closes. Or once you wick the highs and hold resistance, then I'm like, cool. My daily bias has been met. But I will switch the bias once the daily candle's closed. Same as gold from yesterday. Where's Goldie? Here, close bullish, cool. I'm buying this day. As soon as it hits the resistance and starts to come back below, cool. Then I'll wait. I'll let this daily candle close. Then if I really want to, I will short this day. Daily bias is very, 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 very important. Yeah, kind of is, Ben. It's very, very choppy. But yeah, it's trying to form up for a bit of a evening star here on gold. You just tag the highs, held resistance. So yeah, could this be a bit of an evening star on gold? Definitely, definitely. It is also a bit of a range too. But yeah, I will change my bias on gold once my daily levels have been met. Terry joined the. I can have a look, man. Depends what it was. I can have a look today, man. Definitely. No, I wasn't watching FOMC yesterday. I was fully done for the day by then. I wasn't watching the markets by FOMC time. Morning, Aaron. Good morning. Good morning. Do you ever use SMAs? Gold seems to be supported by the 20 SMA on the 4 hour. No, I don't personally. Not to say you can't. Again, you know, don't say. I'm not saying don't use it, but for me personally, no. I use price action and VWAP on my charts right here. Is all I use. That's all I use. Again, it's not to say you can't use it. You can use it. If you find it works for you consistently, fantastic. Absolutely, utilize it as much as you can. But for me personally, it's not something I look at. Again, this is the reason I'm not chasing silver here, guys. You're tagging lows, you're tagging highs, you're in a range. Don't think too much. I can chase this market and I can get stopped out, or I can sit on my hands and let the markets come to me, because me not trading is also saving me money. As much as you might want me to jump in a trade, me not trading is saving us money right here, guys. I'm saving us money right now because I'm sitting on my hands, because if I tried to take this breakout, it didn't work. We're just ranging. Don't think too much here. Yeah, look at this. Gold just also ranging, guys. Like I said, don't think too much. You try and chase a breakout in a range, you get squeezed out. Why? Because we're ranging. We're ranging. Don't think too much. Everything we've said so far is playing out. We're just playing this range. Yeah, true, Sean. True. Want me to Jason wants me to jump in. We're just ranging, guys. We're ranging. Quality over quantity, guys. Like the guys always say, quality over quantity. Is there a quality setup in here? Absolutely not. So take a step back. Don't force it. Don't force it. If you really want to trade today, just let price break above. Let price break above, then cool. Follow the markets. Let price break below, then cool. Follow the shorts. Follow the markets. Don't fight the markets here, guys. That was a nice bit of a liquidity grab there on silver. Had a bit of a trend line coming down. You came up, squeezed them highs, and now you're coming back lower. Patience pays. Yes, absolutely, David. Patience pays. 100%. Patience always pays. Let's have a look. Is NQ moving? NQ's trying to move. It's the only real market that is kind of moving. They've been waiting too long. Any closure above, and it doesn't really matter too much above liquidity levels or just above resistance. Anything doesn't matter where. Just any candle with signs of volume. Doesn't matter if it closes above here, or here. Just any breakout, any signs of volume. There's zero volume in these candles, so any sort of breakout, it doesn't matter too much. On gold, you got resistance of 47.50, so you could say there. If you close above here, is it worth a shot? Yeah, sure, definitely. Anywhere, it honestly doesn't matter too much. Any candle above or below. Nice thing. Good morning to you too, man. Good morning. Look at this candle here on gold, you guys. Went from being nice and bullish, looking like we're gonna break out, to boom, straight back down. Which is exactly what gold loves to do. Don't let gold trap you into them false breakouts. Let them candles close. What was that short? Yeah, short was worth the shot. Oh look, we're even flipping bearish here now. We're from being bullish to actually flipping bearish. Same as silver. We just wicked out a lot of highs and now we're coming back lower. Look at that on silver. You break them previous hourly lows. Could you squeeze lower? Maybe. But again, look at this. You're selling right into support. Right into support. It's a very, very, very tough read here on these markets. But remember, guys, if you don't... I always say, if I can't get a read on the markets right now, who cares? That's okay. If the markets don't make sense to you when you sometimes jump on the charts, that's fine. But don't trade off that. Just wait. Wait till the markets make sense. Because it doesn't take long. You could walk away for 2-3 hours, come back, and you go, oh, wow, it's clear as day now. If I had just waited for it to look as clear as day, I would have, wouldn't have taken the unnecessary losses. So whenever you jump on and the markets don't really make sense, remind yourself that that is absolutely okay. The markets will not always make sense every time you jump on. If you did, you'd be some sort of market wizard. Yeah, exactly. Yep, 100%. Risk adverse approach is very good. Thanks. Yes, absolutely. Ceasefire, risk on. Then later on, ceasefire, violate, risk off. Exactly. It's all over the place right now. And not only that, we can see the markets are ranging. We can see it's right in front of us. It's very, very, very range bound. Yeah, nice tip. Nice. Good man. Good man. Good morning from Germany. Good morning. Good morning. How long did it take you to become profitable, and what was your game changer? Thanks in advance. I've been trading for 8 years. I lost consistently for at least 2 years. There's a lot of things that changed for me. A lot of my mistakes in my earlier days was just me having to make the mistakes to, feel that pain of, always FOMOing in or always doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing until I get to a point where I just go, you know what, let me just actually start changing things. And one thing that did hold me back for so long is the fact that I was just always obsessed with the dollar amount. All I cared was just chasing dollars. I didn't care about taking good trades. I didn't care about the process of becoming a good trader. All I cared about was just chasing money, chasing dollar amounts, over leveraging, trying to pass accounts in a couple of days, always chasing payouts. It was always to do with just chasing a certain dollar amount as opposed to focusing on actually becoming a good trader. So what I would say to you guys is, focus on becoming good traders and you will make money. But don't focus on chasing the dollar amounts, because the more you chase money in trading, the more you will hold yourself back. But like I said, there's a lot of things for me in trading that I just had to kind of, someone can say don't do this or don't do that, but me personally, I had to make them mistakes to feel that pain to be able to actually learn from it. Yep, good idea, Bonner. Me too. I'll probably wait for this 30-minute close. If it doesn't shape up, I will do the same. Go to the gym, get outside, and let the candles close before we want to jump in here. We let the markets come to us. How are you drawing those dotted lines and the risk to reward tool? So, good question. The dotted lines here is just a trend line tool on the left. It's a trend line here, and if you just draw it like this, it will be set to a line, but you can just trade it to dashed. And the risk to reward tool is also here on the left. Here under projection, you got some tools here. Got long, short. Don't use any of these. I'm not sure why that's starred. There, long and short, and you press it, and then you can draw on, and you can, drag and drop it to what you're looking for. None. I won't be setting any alerts to my balance. Just waiting for a candle closure above. If you're waiting for a candle closure above, you'd set an alert at the support resistance. I mean, I won't be setting alerts here on gold. I'll just be waiting for a candle closure above or below. But if you really want to, set an alert highs and lows and see what happens. Not really too much to say or do here. I don't really have a bias here on gold, so I personally won't be setting any alerts, to be honest. I won't be setting any alerts. Shorts made sense. A bit confused. Too focused on longs. Yeah. If you guys were buying gold in Asia, I wouldn't have bought gold in Asia. I'm not sure why I'd buy gold in Asia. I wouldn't. Asia. You come into Asia. How did the daily close? How did the daily close on gold? If I was coming into the Asian markets, I'd be shorting gold. I certainly wouldn't be buying gold. You just tagged highs and held resistance. So I wouldn't be buying gold in Asia. If anything, I'd be looking to short it down into daily lows. If I didn't get that short, I certainly wouldn't be buying. You buy gold in Asia, you're buying against a 1,400 tick bearish push lower, because that's what this wick rejection is. This is a lower time frame sell-off. This wick rejection is a 1,000 plus tick, 1,400 tick sell-off. So personally, I wouldn't be buying gold in Asia. I wouldn't really be doing anything in Asia, to be honest. Today, you've had a huge sell-off. The markets are going to create space. You got gold tagging highs and coming for a squeeze lower. Silver also coming lower here, guys. You kind of hit some nice resistance. Tag the highs, you're squeezing back lower. I'm really not interested in selling this market yet. Why? Because again, we are coming right back down into support, which I don't want to be a seller at support. So if silver does sell off, guys, I'm more than happy to miss that. There's nothing exciting jumping out for me. Nothing amazing, guys. Remember, you don't need to be in trades every single day, multiple times a day. We need quality over quantity. And right now, as annoying as it may be, I don't see anything quality in here. If you guys do, fantastic trader. For me personally, there is zero quality setups in here. For me personally, for my plan. And that's always okay. Like I say, guys, that's absolutely okay. You jump on, the markets don't make sense, just wait. You know, you could walk away for 2 hours, you come back in 2 hours, you go, oh, okay, we got nice liquidity above. Now we've had the closure below or above. Fantastic, cool, I'd take a trade, easy. Is this a fake out on the 30-minute? I wouldn't look for fake outs, man. Don't look for fake outs in ranges. 30 minutes ranging, hourly's ranging. Don't look for any fake out buys or fake out sells. Don't look for patterns in these ranges. Be wary of shorting silver too, as it looks like an inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty strong bearish candle closure. Wick ties just closed very bearish. But yeah, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of selling this. I do think we'll probably squeeze lower here because that's a pretty strong grab and a bearish closure. But yeah, I'm not going to sell this personally, guys. So with that being said, guys, we'll keep it short and sweet here today, guys. We've kind of gone through the levels. I honestly don't really have that much analysis for the day in these markets. I do believe we'll see gold and silver have a bit of a retracement. But remember, guys, what I believe and what are going to happen are two very different things. We don't want to trade off what I think or what we think. All we want to do is simply let the markets close above or below and then follow it. So all I'm going to do here on gold is I'm probably going to wait for at least an hourly breakout and then maybe see if there's a trade closer to New York. But if we do get that breakout on gold, I'm looking for longs up into like 47, 85 to 90s-ish. But for right now, guys, don't overthink this range. Don't get chopped up because you'll kick yourself. You know, the markets will break out later and you'll kick yourself for not being able to sit on your hands. Whereas what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to walk away, let the markets breathe, go to the gym, get some fresh air, get some coffee, go about my morning, and let the markets come to us. So don't do too much in here, guys. We'll let the markets come to us. And if you guys are around for fast markets, I'll be live just in the YouTube chat, hanging out, and we'll see if we get some of these gold trades. So appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in, take a break from the charts, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.